Ba weep grana weep nillybong, and welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be checking out a new Heroquest expansion, also a kaiju homunculus. Good lord, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Starscream gets the DLX treatment, and also, wow, they hit me at my weak spot, a purple and black bot. Looking good, looking good. All this and much, much more coming in the next few minutes.
And now the news. Don't touch that dial.
So, Heroquest is getting another expansion, and this one is called Rise of the Dread Moon. And this is going to include new monsters and mechanics, so that's pretty interesting for those of you who've been following along with Heroquest. You get the base pack, and then there is a lot of expansion packs that have been coming as well. We're going to get Dark Elf Mercenaries as well, and they're going to have crossbows, purple miniatures, more dread spells, brilliant, a new alchemy deck, some changes to the gold coin value for some of the potions as well, and a potion of frost skin, and a potion of restoration, which is also very nice. Also alternative art miniatures for the Knight Hero, so great. If you're a Heroquest collector like I am, you know that if you missed out on the Knight expansion, which was just, I believe it was 2 little figures, right? They're going for hundreds of dollars on eBay. This is going to come with a Knight, so you're finally going to have that Knight and all of the skills. Comes with some really great looking miniatures as well, and also some translucent images. I'm super excited, can't wait for this. I'm still working my way with my girlfriend through the first quests. So Heroquest coming back, and as always I will cover more as we get it on this channel. Speaking of Heroquest expansion packs, this is currently on Amazon in the UK. Now I believe that this is French originally, but the way that they have translated this is hilarious. It's My Little Pony Avalon Hill Heroquest Return of the Lord Wizard Expansion Ages. Fantastic. For those of you who don't realize what this should be Heroquest Return of the Witch Lord. Amazing. Lovely little mistranslation there. Well done. Selling right now on Amazon. Amazing. SJHU Project have made this. What is this? I hear you cry. This is basically a kind of Japanese kaiju Power Ranger-y homunculus. Some of you may be looking at this going, oh yeah, I recognize that one. And let's see. So this is made up of 3 Japanese legends. The first one being Godzilla. Yes, Godzilla forms part of it, but then also Ultraman forms part of it. And then finally, one of the Evas from Evangelion also comes into the mix to form this. And it is ugly as anything. I just wanted to throw this up there. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. I think this is actually available up on Show Z on pre-order and stuff like that. Something in me though really wants to pre-order this. It's ugly, it's horrible, but I want it. Ramentoy also gave us an update on Marshall Bravestar at the 1/12 scale action figure. It's looking pretty good. They also did Hortex as well. So yeah, looking forward to seeing Bravestar making a comeback. They continue to surprise us over at Ramentoy. They are also working on things like Starcom. They're also working on a Ghost Rider card. They're working on mask reincarnations as well. All kinds of great things happening over at Ramentoy. Go check them out. Moving over to Funbiestudio, who are continuing to make upgrades to Transformers. Optimus Prime from the Gamer Studio series. Now what this is going to give you is a peg so that he can hold the gun, because the gimmick, as we know with all of these bots, is that it can kind of become part of the arm. So it doesn't come with the usual peg to be able to peg the weapon in and do all of these different things. So it's nice, and you can also means you can then give the weapon to other bots, and the weapon does look quite good in his hand, but I do think I prefer it as part of the arm. But nice to have that option. Magicsquare released some more images of their version of Swindle coming very soon. We have both the feet now, so looking at this, he does look like a pretty good bot, like I say, in both modes. A little bit gappy there, if you can see, just at the back, so the chair doesn't quite go across the back. The box art obviously is pretty much your standard Magicsquare box art. I don't think they do too much really to kind of rev these things up and change them, not like New Age do, to make it all a little bit unique. All in all, looks quite nice, and as combiners go, I think this will be an okay combiner. Keeping with Magicsquare though, they are also releasing their take on Cyclonus, or re-releasing, I don't know. Tell me down in the comments. I feel like they've released this before. In my opinion, this has an okay bot mode, but I really don't like the alt mode. The alt mode here, and I think the reason that I'm thinking about this is because I believe that Mech Fans Toys kind of KO'd this. I think I'm remembering rightly, and they also have a version of this in the past, and I just really do not like the alt mode. I always think it looks a bit boxy. For me, Cyclonus should be really long. I think, you know, they did a great job with it in the War for Cybertron line, and I don't think that this one really is gonna end up in my collection. Alt mode, horrible. Bot mode looks okay. You are gonna get this bad boy in a couple of colors, so his original purple, and then also in the kind of white and red faced version. All in all, yeah, for me, it's not one of my pickups of the year. Magicsquare for me very rarely are. As I've said before, I don't tend to add these to the collection. Let me know, are you excited for this one, and have they released this before, or is my brain just starting to melt? Funbiestudios are currently working on this, so now we have finally seen some of the altered versions here of their take on Jetfire. So they have made some alterations since the original prototype, probably based on some of the feedback that they were getting down in the comments, so we can see the whole family coming together now, and it looks good. We showed in the last video some of the pictures of it in spaceship mode, and now we get to finally see him in his bot mode. Really nice. I think for me, if I was going to pick up these, I wouldn't really tend to have these in any of the bot mode. I'll leave everything in the fully combined mode, which we are now starting to see here as these pictures build, and it looks very, very good. Very, very cartoon accurate. I keep saying nobody does the kind of more anime Japanese inspired Transformers more justice than the team over at Fanshobby. So really, really good. Looking forward to seeing this one released. Moving over now to Cangtoys. So Cangtoys have been working for quite a while now. It feels like forever. They have been working on their take on the Predacons, and the next thing that they are pointing their finger at and saying, we'll take a little look at that and start working with them, are the Dinobots. So this is the first one where we've actually seen some real good pictures of the prototypes. Usually from what I've seen, certainly it's been the drawings and the CAD drawings and the concept designs for this, but this looks like a fully functioning, working prototype here of Snarl, and similar to what they did with the Predacons, it's got a Zoid vibe. I'll just be completely honest, it's got a really, really, really strong, especially in the alt mode, vibe of Zoids, and I like Zoids. It's also got almost kind of super deformed and exaggerated features, so we know Snarl always has those kind of bits sticking out of the back, but here they're super exaggerated, come out all the way, and almost remind me of kind of Zoyanoid like from Guyver. If you're a Guyver fan, you may know what I'm talking about here. Almost kind of Zoyanoid design. Massive guns. Looks like he also gets something that looks a little bit like a bow type weapon as well. Really interested in seeing all of these come together. Absolutely fantastic. I really appreciate what Cangtoys does. I like anyone who takes the Transformers designs and does their own little thing. I know a lot of people had a lot of challenges with their take on the Predacons, especially when it came to Monkey Pants and things like this. But for me, I thought it was really good, really original, and I'm super looking forward to their take on the Dinobots. Are you going to Botcon 23? Because if you're going to Botcon 23 and you buy yourself a VIP ticket, you will receive Magma, Smolder, Slaggy, which is Slagge, and Spot. And all 4 of these Dinobots transform and merge into Dinostorm. If you buy yourself a VIP ticket, you will get this 4 figures set right in there with your ticket. Brilliant. Pick one up. Why not? A while ago on the channel, we spoke about XM Studio's release of Galvatron, and this is going to be their Galvatron posable-ish with flashing features and all kinds of stuff statue. These all look really good, highly detailed, but for me, I didn't like the face. There was something about the face. Other people liked it, I didn't. Here's a video about it. Tell me if you like it. But XM are not finished there with their Transformers. They're now getting ready to release Prowl. Interesting. threezero getting ready to release a really beautiful take on Starscream. So this will be their version of kind of a G1 movie Bumblebee crossover type thing, highly detailed version of Starscream. Anyway, probably one of the better looking versions of Starscream that I've seen in a while actually. If this thing transformed, I'd be adding it to my collection, but it don't, so I won't. If you are on my side of the pond and you want to get hold of a Earth Spark Shockwave, then it's going to be in on Wednesday in a few retailers in the UK, and you can see he looks pretty damn nice actually. The tank that is not too bad as well, and you also get an arm for your builder figure. Not leaving things there from a Hasbro point of view, Studio Series is getting ready to release their take on Bumblebee, which transforms in 15 different kinds of ways, and is not something I would add to my collection. It doesn't live up to the quality that I would really like, and again, they've gone for that pin in the front, no pin in the back, so there's not even any continuity. Also coming, and I think this is the first time we've really been able to get a good look at the box art for Cliffjumper. So Cliffjumper from the Gamer Studio Series line, so this also follows on from the Prime that we've seen, and is just a recolor of the Bumblebee that I believe is already released. Transformers live action movies may be good or bad depending on your preference, but in my point of view, something that they do always do pretty well is they always have a banging soundtrack, and Transformers Rise of the Beast looks to be absolutely no exception to this rule. The new single On My Soul featuring Tobe Nwigwe, and I'm sure I have just absolutely butchered that, I'm sorry, and NAS and also Jacob Banks is out right now on Spotify, and it's an absolute banger. If you're a hip-hop head like I am, you will absolutely love this. Of course, it's got the classic naps, and also led me to listen to a little bit of Tobe Nwigwe's stuff, who I've never listened to before, not really heard of the dude, and pretty good. Pretty nice. If you're into that kind of hip-hop stuff, then you will absolutely love this. Well worth checking out. Marketing for Rise of the Beast continues to grow, and now we see them on choo-choo trains. So we see them on trains. I'm not exactly sure where this is, but you can see this on a train. We have trams also where I live, but none of them look this pretty at the moment. It's good to know they are still sending out some advertisement for this, and they have that release date there of June the 7th. But also, Bumblebee Buzzworthy line is also getting a Prime. So this is getting a Rise of the Beasts Prime? Am I right? Or is this a Bumblebee Prime? Let me know down in the comments. But all in all, yep, it's another one for that crazy buzzworthy line that just has to have a little bit of something, a little bit of everything in there. I'm not a big fan of this Prime, especially the way it looks in the alt mode. Looks very gappy. If RoboSen is a little bit out of your price range, then you could pick yourself up one of these. I'm not sure what you do with it then, because these are some of the ugliest bots in history. We have spoke about these before, about a Prime and a Bumblebee that transformed, but now there's the Rise of the Beasts versions that just, yeah, I mean, there's lazy, and then there's the Prime transformation lazy. I mean, I complain about Hound's arms looking like they're a little bit down, but you know, this one, yeah, this one's arms are way down there, but the boxes look pretty. I have to say the boxes do look pretty. I do like all of the kind of jungle aesthetic that we're getting with the Rise of the Beast. It's something very, very different, and I do quite like it. But just the box, not the bot inside, just the box. Just the box on this one. To wrap things up today from a figures point of view, we got a sneak peek, probably due to some devious licks, of a G2 inspired Mirage. I like the look of this, but I have way too many Mirages already in my collection, and it's always to me looked a little bit clowny. I don't mind the super like global hyper color trend of these, and I think I remember this was from the one where you squirted it with the water and it changed color, so I vaguely remember all of that. But yeah, for me it's a bit too clown shoes, this one. But something that will definitely be entering my collection is Shattered Glass Hot Rod, or Rodimus Prime, or Ucronus, or whatever the hell you want to call this dude. It is gorgeous. Anyone that watches this channel knows that my absolute weak spot is any purple and black bot. If it's purple and black, it's entering my collection. As long as it transforms, I'll love it, I'll hug it, I'll look after it for all my days, because I absolutely love those. And if you add in a red windshield, just like they have here, or windscreen, then yeah, I'm all over that. This looks fantastic. This was already a really great hot rod. Obviously this is based around the Studio 86 version that we got, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. Well done on Hasbro for releasing this. Always loving hot rod with a moustache. Absolutely fantastic. So that is everything from me on this Transformers Thursday. Yes, dropping a video on a Thursday today because I am actually away for the weekend. I am heading over to Belfast to see how much Guinness I can drink in one weekend. With that, I will be back on Tuesday. But I'm unsure if I'll have the time to create a video then, so it may be a little later, maybe Wednesday when I do my next video. As always, thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright team, in a bit. Peace!